Welcome back to another video on our YouTube channel. We are on a new project today. This is actually our third day, or actually second day on this project, and this is a cool one. It's an interesting one. We are working on a natural body of water here. So they had this pond dug quite a few years ago. The actually previous owner did. What we are doing is aiding in some circulation and making it a little more interesting. So we're going to be adding a waterfall on here, and then an intake bay with a bunch of area for them to kind of interact with the pond a little bit better than they are able to right now. So they have a really cool setup already. So let me turn you around and show you what it's looking like. All right, so as you can see, it is already a big mess here. We were here a little while ago and we did some digging out of this pond. So all of this junk right here, over there, there's a big pile over there has come out of the pond because there's a lot of weeds and everything inside the pond that were just clogging things up. So we took all that out. We are going to be installing an intake bay, which we started digging already with a nice sizable machine here. There's some really nice large rocks, and our intake bay slash skimmer is going to be going in this area. So we're going to get a really nice draw from over here, which is where our waterfall is going to be. So that draw is going to come all the way around this cool little island here and then into this intake bay here. So that's where everything's going to gather. They can scoop it out nice and easy. They're right off the walkway here. We're going to make this area a little bit bigger than we need to. And we're going to be putting some rocks in on the outside here. And then just a smaller square in here is going to be where the pumps are drawing from. We're going to bring this garden area up to about underneath this machine here, add some plantings, and we are going to also be adding some plantings on that side of the pond, over on that corner a little bit as well, and then around our waterfall. This is going to be the main attraction. This waterfall, it's actually going to start about 15-20 feet behind the bobcat there, and one of the main viewing points here is going to be as you drive in their front gate there. You're gonna get a really awesome view of these waterfalls. And then also as you sit here around this fireplace, you're gonna hear those waterfalls, you're gonna see them. So that's gonna be really awesome. Another cool part is we're actually gonna do like a little beaching area and pooling area inside those waterfalls for the grandkids to kind of get into and experience this as well. So that's what we got going on. Stay tuned. We are coming right along here with our intake bay and our waterfall build here on this retention or this natural bottom earth pond here. We got our intake bay all wrapped up yesterday. Basically we just got a little bit of edge work to do, a little bit of pebble that we gotta bring in yet, but this is our intake bay area. So the pond's about a foot low right now, so that's gonna come up to about there on the rocks, and then stuff is just going to swirl around in here, and it's easy to remove out of the system. We have our pump faults here, and then we have our plumbing all coming off of there. So these are our 4 3-inch lines for our waterfall, which is going to make a really nice impact over there. So we got to trench those underneath this walkway in here and to the top of our berm, which is not built yet. So that's what we got going on over here. I really like how this turned out in here. We did a couple stepping stones down, so it's nice and easy to get down there. There's also a nice big flat stone at the edge of the walkway here, so you can access the pump vaults when you need to, if you ever need to remove the pumps. Right off the edge of this walkway here. So we walk this way, you're gonna get a view of those waterfalls over there. We are just about to start getting our liner in. You can see we have our first shelf dug in there. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna tie in our liner just on the edge of the pond there. So we're going to create a little trench in there and then tuck our liner in, and then we can start setting our rocks on that first shelf. And then as you can see, we can just start building up in here. It's going to look incredible. We already have a couple loads of soil come in. So as we come up, we're going to be setting our rocks, and then we're going to be coming in behind that with our soil, compacting that all, and then we can kind of continue on our waterfall. Now the cool thing in this waterfall is we're going to create a pooling area so you can get in if you ever want to cool off a little bit, and probably about that area right there. So that's going to be awesome as well. Create a really awesome waterfall there for views from as you come in the driveway, this little seating area here, and also from over there, which is where the house is. Let's get to it. If we don't use it in the waterfall, we can use it in the burn. It's got a pointy bottom. Bottom is pointy. But we could start, well, we should probably start on the side closest to the waterfall we built before we do anything else, because otherwise our liner is going to be stretched. So we don't want to have tight liner. Right. But this guy could potentially be part of that waterfall. See, like 3 feet tall.
This is a left or a right frame rock.
I can build it up like a foot. This would be, I don't know yet, maybe part of the scope slash frame rock. And split maybe around this rock. Something.
Right. So this will be the middle of the waterfalls.
Potentially, yeah. Unfortunately, our other stone isn't here. I'm gonna say that maybe a couple times. There's some big rocks on there. I'm hoping it comes today, otherwise it's coming Monday.
Oh dear.
But we can start on the left side. Start close. We need about 1 foot tall rocks for that shelf, so something like this we might start with. Okay, right here too. It's probably about a foot.
This is for under the waterfall, the build up?
Or that shelf there.
Oh, yeah, the shelf between our deep pool now.
Yeah?
Yep.
Alright, well, grab some rocks in a minute. I have an idea of what to do. This right here is going to be our largest rock of the project. It's going to be our left frame rock for one of our back falls here in our pooling area. So it's going to frame out the waterfall by this guy right here, and then we probably get some water coming over top of this point here. But yeah, it's about 4 feet tall, so it's a sizable stone. It's going to look really, really awesome in here. Let's get it in. Find out. Alright, that is going to wrap up part 1 of this video. I will give you a little walk around just before we go. And then for part 2, we're going to be finishing up this waterfall, get it ready for you guys, and we'll see the final results. So let me turn you around and show you where we are at right now. So it's actually Friday and we're wrapping up for the week, but I think we're leaving it in a pretty good spot. I wanted to show you it from over here, if you can see some of it from this view. This is going to be one of the main viewing angles as you come down the driveway. That rock right there in the middle is one of our spill stones. So that's going to be a really large waterfall dropping into a pooling area. So that's going to look really awesome. We got our big frame rocks in there too. So let me walk over there and give you a close-up of our waterfall. Alright, so here's the pond. It's about a foot low right now, so all this water will be up to kind of the bottom of these stones in here. This is our first waterfall dropping into the pond. So this rock right here is about 4 feet wide, so that's going to be a really awesome falls dropping into this little pooling area before it splits around some of these rocks and kind of disperses out into the pond. We got another falls over there that is really cool as well. We got a little stream there. We'll probably get some water going through. And over this rock as well, it's got some cool little crevices, and probably get a little horsetail right through there, which will be really, really awesome, especially from that seating area right there. You'll see all these little details in that bottom waterfall. We dropped in this really awesome piece of driftwood in here. Adds a little more interest to the shelf instead of just pebble and rock. So I really love how that worked out there. This in here is going to be our pooling area. So they have a couple grandkids and they're going to be hoping they are allowed or are able to kind of get in here and swim around. So yeah, that's going to be really awesome. We're going to have like a little slanting beaching area up into there so they can get in really easily. And as you can see, we dropped into this massive waterfall. So this is about I think 42 inches from the bottom there to the top here. It is in a deep pooling area, so water will be roughly here. So we're gonna have about a 2-foot waterfall, a little bit, maybe a little bit more in there, from there and dropping into this pool. But these rocks are massive. We just dropped them in today, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, difficult to place. Takes a little bit longer than smaller rocks. So that's gonna be a really awesome waterfall. And then we're actually gonna do more back here. So another one dropping this way, and then I want to do one coming from here to there. We might have to lift up this rock a little bit, put some rock around the bottom, and from here it's going to drop this way, which will change the angle of this falls. And then the house is over there, so as you walk up the driveway or you're walking out from over there, you'll get this really awesome view. You'll be able to see this one, but this one will be right in your face as you come down the driveway there. So that's where we're at. We got a lot of tamping, a lot of soil to move yet. We got to bring up the grade here, all in here, and then we have another about 8 feet of waterfall or 8 feet of stream to go, and probably another foot and a half of waterfalls up in this area here. So lots of awesome stuff to come. Stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to see the rest of this build and see really awesome builds like this. Thanks for watching.